My name is Doug Bergert, and I work for the Minneapolis studio of Perkins Will. The Bell Museum is famous for its dioramas. The dioramas that are included in this building were created by Francis Lee Jaques. Francis Lee Jaques grew up in Minnesota. He was a kid that kind of hunted and fished, and then went on to be an artist, and ultimately became one of the creators of a number of dioramas at the American Museum of Natural History in New York. Something that's really exciting for us about Francis Lee Jaques is that he was an explorer. When we were thinking about what this building could become, the things that Francis Lee Jaques was able to achieve through his dioramas were a model for what we were trying to achieve in this building. So the idea that someone goes out into the world, they record an experience, they bring it back to the museum and they share it with visitors, for us, that was a model for what we were trying to do with architecture. Of course, this is a B3 building, so it needs to meet certain sustainability metrics in order to be successful. That's mandated by the state of Minnesota for state-funded projects. But I want to note that a lot of the materiality is actually a consequence of conversations with the client. They brought a strong desire to this project at the very beginning that we use local Minnesota materials for this building. The use of thermally modified wood actually came out of a conversation with Pat Donahue of the Natural Resources Research Institute out of Duluth. We were looking for a local wood product with a warranty, and he's actually the person that directed us to thermally modified wood. And of course, the source for thermally modified wood in Minnesota is arbor wood. We've tied thermal modification, which is a technology greatly enhanced by the research done by the Natural Resources Research Institute, associated with eastern white pine, a tree that has great resonance with the history of Minnesota. And then finally, the other aspect of all the wood used in this project is it's FSC certified. For us, that's really important. Thermal modification is a great wood treatment technology for this project. It takes a wood species that is pretty good for a lot of things, but it's not necessarily, eastern white pine on its own is not a product that you would want to use on the exterior of a building. You might build a building out of it, but you probably wouldn't use it for cladding, because after a while, it's going to begin to absorb water and it's going to rot. What thermal modification does is it changes the structure of that wood at a molecular level so that it's no longer susceptible to absorbing water and it's not going to rot. Thermally modified wood is a great solution for wood cladding, especially on a building like this, because it's going to last 30, 40, 50 years with pretty much zero maintenance. Wood cladding is really exciting to us because it has this capacity to change in the light, change in the weather, and change over time. I think that's important to a museum, especially a natural history museum. If it's about the natural environment, you're going to want to see how it's living, how it's changing, and every time you come here, it's going to be a little bit different.